Ben 10 didn't follow the pitch. It survived 20 rejections first. A watch that swapped realities got buried. The villain lived inside the hero's wrist. 3 versions of one movie aired simultaneously. These are 20 weird facts about Ben 10. And the truth? A summer vacation became a 20-year war. Number 1. Cartoon Network made a gamble in the early 2000s. They hired Man of Action, Duncan Rouleau, Joe Casey, Joe Kelly, Stephen T. Siegel, 4 comic writers turned television architects. The mandate was speed, 20 concepts in 20 minutes, fired rapid style across a pitch table. The 8th idea landed hardest. A kid, a watch, 10 transformations. No elaborate backstory, no mythology weight, just raw premise energy. Greenlight followed within weeks. The year was 2002. 3 years of development stretched ahead, but the core survived intact. The twist lived in the math. 19 ideas fell silent. 1 became a franchise worth hundreds of millions. Luck favored number 8, and Hollywood remembered. Number 2. Before Aliens, there were alternate Bens. Duncan Rouleau revealed the truth years later in interviews. The Omnitrix was originally designed to swap Ben Tennyson with parallel versions of himself pulled from other realities. One sketch featured Benjamin Blood, a vampire Ben from a Gothic timeline. Another showed Amphibiben, dragged from a flooded Earth where evolution took aquatic turns. Each transformation meant trading places with another life, another fate. Cartoon Network executives reviewed the pitch and delivered a single note: too trippy for kids. The concept threatened to confuse merchandising. Action figures needed clarity, not cosmic philosophy. The team pivoted. Alternate selves became alien biology. The multiverse premise died, but its ghost haunted later seasons, seeding ideas that would return in sequel series. Number 3. Production documents and behind-the-scenes specials preserved a forgotten detail. The Omnitrix wasn't always the Omnitrix. Early drafts called it the Megawatt, sometimes spelled Megawatt, a placeholder name scribbled across concept art and pitch decks. The show itself carried a working title during development: Ben to the 10th, later streamlined to the algebraic Ben 10 before simplifying to Ben 10. Names shifted as branding sharpened, as focus groups reacted, as trademark lawyers cleared paths. The Megawatt nickname faded fast, but the electricity stayed. The watch hummed with voltage, glowed with alien charge, and sparked transformation sequences that crackled across Saturday mornings. The name died. The shock survived. Number 4. Concept artist Stephen E. Gordon drew the earliest visions of Ben's arsenal. Those sketches didn't feature aliens. They featured 10 human-style superheroes, costumes, capes, masks, all coded into a wristwatch that resembled standard timekeeping hardware. Ben would cycle through powered personas, not alien species. The watch looked sleek, terrestrial, ordinary. The transformation stayed grounded in comic book logic: super strength, flight, energy blast delivered through recognizable human silhouettes. As development meetings stacked, the directive changed. Executives wanted something stranger, more toyetic, less derivative of existing superhero fare. Gordon's sketches evolved. Human figures mutated into creatures: scales, claws, fire, speed made flesh. The watch thickened, became weapon-like, dangerous. Superheroes became monsters. Ben's world turned extraterrestrial. Number 5. The opening theme carried DNA from an unexpected source. Songwriter Andy Sturmer composed the track. Ms. Moxie performed vocals that punched through Saturday morning noise, but the animation studio behind the title sequence mattered more than fans realized. Renegade Animation, the same studio responsible for Hi Hi Puffy Amiyumi, handled the main titles. That connection wasn't accidental. Sam Register, executive producer on Ben 10, also created the Puffy Amiyumi series. The crew carried over, bringing their pop-rock aesthetic and kinetic editing style. The result? An opening that functioned like a music video, fast-cut and chorus-driven. Alien silhouettes flashed in rhythm. The premise sold in 60 seconds. A monster show borrowed bounce from a J-pop cartoon. Number 6. After Season 2 wrapped, the opening credits changed. The alteration was surgical, deliberate, and laden with narrative weight. Ghost Freak, one of the original 10 aliens, vanished from the title sequence. Cannonbolt rolled in to replace him. The swap wasn't aesthetic, it was storytelling. Ghost Freak had broken free from the Omnitrix during the season, becoming a villain. The opening credits reflected that loss, rewriting canon in plain sight before episodes aired. Viewers who paid attention saw the continuity edit embedded in the show's DNA. The title sequence doubled as a plot billboard, advertising a shift in power and a hole in Ben's roster. Some fans noticed immediately, others never caught the swap. Either way, the opening became a living document. Number 7. Test animation needed a champion. The production team chose 4 Arms as the first alien to prove out in movement, posing, and fight choreography. Internally, he polled as the most popular among creators, a red Tetraman with 4 fists and blunt force charisma. If 4 Arms worked on screen, the pipeline could scale. If his anatomy broke in motion or felt clunky in action sequences, the entire alien roster faced redesigns. The animators studied his proportions, tested his weight, ran him through combat scenarios. He passed every test. His design held under pressure, translated cleanly to overseas animation studios, and read instantly in fast cuts. 4 Arms became the benchmark. The rest followed his blueprint. Number 8. During early production, Cannon Bolt was slated among the original 10. His design was finalized, his powers locked in. And Arburian Pellerota, who rolled into destruction. Then, late-stage decisions intervened. He was swapped out for Ghost Freak before the pilot aired. Cannon Bolt didn't disappear. He returned in Season 2 as a marquee form, introduced with fanfare and integrated into major story arcs. His toy sold well. His design proved iconic. Being cut didn't kill him. The reversal taught a lesson about animation development. Removed doesn't mean gone. Characters shelved in one phase resurface in another. Budget constraints or narrative timing might delay debuts, but strong designs survive the waiting room. Cannon Bolt proved it. Number 9. Unused upchuck concepts didn't die in the design bin. They were recycled, repurposed, and reborn as new canon. Early sketches exploring different takes on the gluttonous alien were recut into Spitter, Arctoguana, and the villain Sploot featured in the Ben 10,000 future timeline. The practice was efficient and creatively ruthless. If a design didn't fit the original alien's power set, it was stripped for parts and reassembled elsewhere. Color shifts, power tweaks, silhouette adjustments, and a discarded concept became a new character. The design bin functioned as an incubator. Nothing wasted. Every sketch carried potential. Even rejected aliens found second lives in alternate forms or villain rosters. Upchuck's orphaned designs proved that in animation, death is temporary, and everything recycles. Number 10. Early development meetings established a rule that would haunt the first 2 seasons. A villain lives within the Omnitrix. Writers seeded hints across Season 1 episodes. Ghost Freak's behavior felt wrong. His voice carried menace. His transformations unsettled Ben. The truth was intentional. Ghost Freak wasn't just a power. He was a prisoner. The Omnitrix functioned as both weapon and cage, holding an ectonurite consciousness that wanted freedom. Ben wore the villain on his wrist, unaware. The reveal escalated stakes retroactively. Every transformation into Ghost Freak had been a negotiation with a hostile entity. The hero's tool was compromised from day one. Trust in the Omnitrix cracked. The watch became unreliable, dangerous, and narratively rich, a device that could betray its user at any moment. Number 11. Cartoon Network executive Michael Awalin framed the show's central antagonist this way during promotional interviews for the TV movie plans. Vilgax was like Darth Vader without the sense of humor. The directive was tonal, not imitative. No quips, no camp, no self-aware villainy. Vilgax needed to feel operatic, a cosmic warlord hunting a 10-year-old across galaxies for a weapon he believed was rightfully his. The menace had to anchor a show that otherwise leaned into bratty comedy and summer road trip hijinks. The mandate worked. Vilgax became the gravitational center of the series' mythology. His voice, delivered by Steve Blum, rumbled with authority. His design avoided cartoon exaggeration, leaning into biomechanical horror. He was the shadow that made Ben's adventure feel consequential. No jokes, just war. Number 12. Secret of the Omnitrix aired in 2007 as the chronological finale of the original series. But it didn't air once. It aired 3 times, in 3 distinct versions, each debuting a different alien in the opening scenario. One cut opened with Heat Blast, another with Eye Guy, a third with XLR8. The swap synchronized with toy releases and broadcast strategy. allowing Cartoon Network to refresh the film's debut and target different merchandising windows. Viewers who caught multiple airings noticed the discrepancies. Some assumed production errors. Others understood the intent. One story, three realities, designed to maximize commercial impact. It was a multiverse tactic years before cinematic universes made the concept mainstream. Three truths, one film, no contradictions acknowledged. Number 13. Voice director Chris Zimmerman assembled the roster. Tara Strong carried Ben Tennyson across 4 seasons, also stepping into future Gwen and assorted supporting roles. Her range became the show's spine: petulant, heroic, vulnerable, cocky. Steve Blum split duties between hero and monster. He voiced Heat Blast, the fire-breathing Pyronite who often opened episodes. He also voiced Ghost Freak, the imprisoned villain. And he voiced Vilgax, the warlord hunting Ben across star systems. The same throat, shouting hero time, also whispered through the villain's tentacles. The duality was deliberate. Production budgets favored doubling actors, but the casting created eerie symmetry. Ben's power and his enemy shared vocal DNA. Some fans never noticed. Others heard the echo and felt uneasy. Number 14. Dave Johnson set the show's bold, graphic look during seasons 1 and 2. His aesthetic leaned into thick outlines, saturated colors, and comic panel composition. The style felt immediate, kinetic, toyetic. Later seasons shifted under designer Thomas N. Perkins IV, who rose to character design supervisor in seasons 3 and 4. His touch refined details, adjusted anatomy, and maintained continuity even as narrative stakes darkened. The handoff was seamless enough that casual viewers didn't notice the transition. But frame-by-frame comparisons reveal subtle evolution, line weights, shading techniques, background complexity. Even as the creative guard changed, the show's visual identity held. Continuity survived the relay. Number 15. Animation flowed through Korean production partners. Sunmin Image Pictures, Dongwoo Animation, and Lotto Animation handled overseas execution. Storyboards and designs shipped from Burbank. Finished animation returned weeks later, ready for post-production. The cross-Pacific relay race became industry standard, but it required discipline. Timing had to sync. Character models needed consistency across studios. Color palettes couldn't drift between episodes. Any breakdown in communication risked continuity errors or animation shortcuts. Ben 10's kinetic snap, the speed of transformation sequences, the weight of forearms punches, the fluidity of XLR8 sprints depended on that relay holding. Korean animators translated American designs into motion. The show's energy crossed oceans. Number 16. Co-developer Tram Weigzel recalls early network pushback. Notes arrived questioning whether Ben had to be so bratty. Other memos asked if kids would accept a watch that sometimes fails, that times out mid-fight. That leaves the hero vulnerable. Weigzel and the team held the line. The attitude stayed. Ben remained imperfect, cocky, impulsive, occasionally selfish. The Omnitrix stayed unreliable, prone to mistimed transformations and power failures. The flaws made him sticky. Comedy emerged from consequence. A hero who occasionally screwed up felt more real than invincible. The bratty energy wasn't a bug. It was the feature that separated Ben 10 from safer, duller protagonists. Weigzel fought for imperfection. The show survived because of it. Number 17. Man of Action's comic DNA-guided structure. Rouleau, Casey, Kelly, and Siegel brought serialized storytelling instincts, character arcs, and mythology depth. But Cartoon Network Studios shaped production discipline. Development stretched about 3 years before the series received its pickup. The collision forced adaptation. A superhero writer's room learned Saturday morning timing, 22 minutes, act breaks, commercial pacing. 10 transformations had to fit within strict episode runtimes. Mythology had to seed without overwhelming casual viewers. The balance worked. Comic ambition met broadcast efficiency. Long-term arcs coexisted with standalone adventures. The show could deliver episodic action while building towards season finales and mythology payoffs. One wrist, 10 transformations, 3 years to learn the clock. Number 18. Benjamin Kirby Tennyson. The middle name appears in franchise materials, reference guides, and creator interviews. It wasn't arbitrary, it was homage, a quiet nod to Jack Kirby, titan of American comics, co-creator of Gods and Monsters. Kirby's influence saturated superhero storytelling for decades. His kinetic panels, cosmic scope, and mythological imagination shaped the visual language Man of Action grew up reading. Naming Ben after him felt inevitable, a genealogy traced through ink and legacy. Even the kid's ID card winks at the medium that birthed him. The nod stays subtle. Fans who know. Others carry the name without recognizing its weight. Either way, Kirby's Ghost watches. Number 19. Renegade Animation didn't just make an opening. They encoded the show's promise into 60 seconds of kinetic montage, fast cuts, alien silhouettes, a chorus that sells premise before dialogue starts. The sequence functioned like a trailer audiences couldn't skip. It taught new viewers the rules: kid, watch, monsters, without wasting. Episode runtime. And when the alien lineup changed after Season 2, the opening updated to match, turning the title sequence into a continuity billboard. Later seasons carried the discipline forward. The intro remained efficient, rhythmic, and toyetic. It was brand compass and narrative anchor, a promise renewed every week. Number 20. Canon closed the original road trip with Secret of the Omnitrix. Ben's summer vacation ended. The watch stayed on his wrist, but the first chapter concluded. Production didn't stop. Alien Force launched years later, aging Ben into adolescence. Ultimate Alien followed. Omniverse arrived with new art direction under Derek J. Wyatt. Each sequel staffed overlapping veterans and new creative voices. A finite summer vacation seeded a 20-year franchise. The watch kept ticking. The transformations kept coming. Summers bled into sequels. The myth outgrew its origin, but the origin never died. A kid clicked a watch. The rest became inevitability. If you enjoyed the story, I handpicked this next story that you will enjoy. Please don't miss this one. Click here to watch it.